The United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres says that indiscriminate attacks that are killing and injuring and terrorizing civilians in Sudan could amount to war crimes, he says, and crimes against humanity. Guterres says weekend attacks by RSF-affiliated militias west of El Fasher, the capital of North Darfur, and the escalating hostilities on the outskirts of the city are a cause for fresh alarm.
On El Fasher would be devastating for civilians and could lead to a full-blown intercommunal conflict across Darfur. It would also upend aid operations in an area already on the brink of famine, since El Fasher has always been a critical UN humanitarian hub.
Donors have pledged over $2.13 billion for war-torn Sudan at a conference in Paris. During the event, French President Emmanuel Macron said the amount gathered will help meet the population's most urgent needs. DD India's Ross Cullen sent us this report from Paris.
$2.1 billion are going to be provided to support Sudan's humanitarian assistance relief fund. Emmanuel Macron, the French president, saying that in his closing news conference. He also said that the 15th of April was a tragic date for Sudan.
Our duty was to make it clear that we are not forgetting what is happening in Sudan, that we remain mobilized, that there are no double standards. This is why France, member of the Security Council and ally of Sudan with Germany and the European Union, took the initiative of this conference to show our will, our determination to put an end to this crisis from which people are suffering.
This conference was held 1 year exactly on from the start of the civil conflicts in the African country. Emmanuel Macron went on to say that since then, nothing but grief and suffering has been forced upon the Sudanese people. Now, some of the numbers are quite staggering. If you look at the fact that 25 million people are in need of humanitarian assistance, 17 million people face severe food insecurity, and 4 million people are facing famine in Sudan as a result of the civil war in the country, which then has provoked this huge humanitarian crisis, not just internal displacement, but also refugees fleeing over the border to neighbouring countries like Ethiopia, South Sudan and Chad.